Have you ever been in a situation that seemed unfair, painful, or even tragic, only to realize later that it happened for your own good? Life is full of mysteries, and sometimes what feels like a curse is actually a blessing in disguise. This is the extraordinary tale of a king, a loyal servant, and a single finger that ended up saving an entire kingdom. You won't believe how one injury turned out to be a miracle. Once upon a time, in a peaceful and prosperous kingdom, there lived a king named Elian. King Elian was known far and wide for his strength, wealth, and bravery. He ruled with fairness and justice. But there was one flaw in his character. He had grown proud and self-reliant. Despite the counsel of wise men and his royal advisors, there was only one person the king trusted wholeheartedly, his humble servant, Joram. Joram had served the king since his youth, not because of his titles or power, but because of his unwavering faith and deep wisdom. Joram had a habit of saying one phrase, no matter what happened: "My king, all things work together for good. Everything God allows is for a purpose." This phrase annoyed King Elian, especially during difficult moments. "Joram, how can pain be good? How can loss have purpose?" he would often ask. But Joram would only smile and say, "In time, you will understand, my king." One bright morning, the king decided to go hunting. It was one of his favorite pastimes, an escape from the pressure of palace life. He summoned his best hunters, including Joram, and headed deep into the royal forest. They tracked a wild stag for hours until they decided to rest and eat. While sharpening his spear, King Elian slipped. The blade slashed deep into his right hand, severing his index finger. Blood poured from the wound. The royal guards rushed to help. Joram ran over with concern, but instead of panicking, he calmly said, "My king, this too is for your good." Elian, in excruciating pain, exploded in anger. "You fool, how dare you say that? Look at my hand. I've lost a finger and you call it good." Joram tried to explain, but the king wouldn't listen. "Guards, take him back to the palace and throw him into the dungeon. Let him think about what he said." Joram was arrested, but as he was led away, he simply bowed and said, "Even this, my king, is for good." Weeks passed. The king's hand healed, but his pride still burned. He went out hunting again, this time without Joram. He wandered far into an unknown part of the forest, unaware that a savage tribe lived there, a tribe known for their ancient rituals and human sacrifices. Suddenly, the king was ambushed. The warriors dragged him to their village, tied and bound. The tribal high priest examined him and smiled. "A perfect offering for the gods. A royal sacrifice will bring us favor." The tribe prepared a great feast. Fires were lit, drums pounded. The king was terrified, struggling to break free. But just before the final ritual, the high priest shouted, "Stop! This man is flawed. Look at his hand. He is missing a finger. He is unworthy of sacrifice." There was a murmur in the crowd. The law was clear. No imperfect human could be offered to the gods. Instead of killing him, they untied him and let him go. Bruised, shaken, and humbled, King Elian made his way back to the palace. The moment he arrived, King Elian went straight to the dungeons and ordered Joram's release. When Joram stood before him, the king fell to his knees. "Forgive me, my friend, you were right. Losing my finger saved my life. Had I been whole, I would be dead." Joram helped the king up and replied with a warm smile, "And I thank God I was not with you, my king. Had I been there, they would have offered me instead." The king was stunned. "Why do you say that?" "Because," said Joram, "I have all my fingers. I would have been the perfect offering." They both laughed. Tears of gratitude filled their eyes. From that day forward, everything changed in the kingdom. King Elian became a humbler ruler. He often quoted Joram's words in public speeches, "All things work together for good." He promoted Joram to royal counselor, giving him authority to advise the court and teach others his wisdom. Joram started a school for young boys and girls, teaching them about purpose, faith, and trust in divine plans. People from distant lands came to hear his teachings. The kingdom became known not just for its wealth, but for its spiritual wisdom. Over the years, many citizens found strength in Joram's phrase. Whether they lost jobs, crops, or even loved ones, they reminded each other, this too is for good. And often in time it proved true. What can we learn from the finger that saved a kingdom? Not everything bad is truly bad. Sometimes what looks like a disaster is protection. Just like the king's missing finger spared his life, your disappointment might be saving you from greater harm. Faith in hard times. Joram didn't waver, even in prison. He believed that even his suffering had purpose. What if you held on a little longer, trusting that there's meaning behind your pain? Be slow to judge your circumstances. Don't be quick to label something as bad. Life is long. Perspective comes with time. Let go of pride. King Elion's pride nearly cost him everything. Humility opened the door to transformation. You may not see the full picture. Yet like a puzzle, sometimes pieces don't make sense until they all come together. Joram's wisdom still speaks to us today. We all have moments when we feel forgotten, punished, or unlucky. But what if those moments are setting us up for something greater? That missed opportunity. It might be sparing you from a trap, that heartbreak. It might be leading you to real love, that failure. It could be the seed of your greatest success. In a world obsessed with control, Joram teaches us the freedom that comes with trust. So the next time life knocks you down, ask yourself, what if this too is for my good? If this story inspired you, please like the video, subscribe for more uplifting content, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Drop a comment below. Have you ever faced something painful that later turned out to be a blessing? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, stay hopeful, stay wise, and remember, the finger that was lost saved a kingdom.